Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. Hey, see, Patty's Day is coming up. I just did a really good corned beef brisket this weekend. So I have some leftovers and I decided it would be a good night to do a Reuben. So I'm going to do a classic Reuben on the Blackstone here. There was something else I was going to say. Going to do a classic Reuben on the Blackstone here. It won't take very long. I do have some smoked Swiss cheese that I did a couple of months ago that I'm going to use for this, so it's going to be delicious. Stay tuned and we'll get this thing rolling. Okay, let's get started on this Reuben sandwich here. I have some deli rye that I picked up. This is going to be the outside, this is going to be the inside. So I'm going to put it down inside on the grill first. So I just want this bread to get a little bit crispy so that when we put the liquids on it, it won't soak in. And then I have some mayonnaise on the other side. If you've not used mayonnaise before to grill cheese or grill sandwiches, you should, because it's amazing. So I'm going to put those on there just for a bit. Go ahead and get the other two on. Apply a little mayo to these. Not a lot. You just want to get coverage all the way across. And this is especially good for burgers. So I'm going to put some mayo on like so. And again, this is going to be the outside of my sandwich. Sorry if my hand's in the way there. It's not rocket science. Like that. I'm going to move the camera up a little closer so you can kind of get a better view. And again, I'm not trying to crisp. Oh yeah, that's nice. You can tell it's got a little bit of firmness to it. It's going to help seal that bread. So the juiciness. Oops, get off of there. Perfect. And that's going to be the inside. I'm going to put down just a little bit of oil. Like so. Spread this around. I'm going to go ahead and get my corned beef on. Homemade. Just did this 2 days ago on Sunday. Nothing like homemade corned beef. And I'm going to be using some smoked cheese that I did on my Weber Smoky Mountain for the cheese on this. So I'm not going to cook this at all. I just want to get it a little bit warm, honestly. And then we're going to move it over to the side. So this corned beef came out amazing. I'm going to put the recipe up above. Up here somewhere, I don't know, here, over here I think. Again, we're not cooking this, we're not browning this, I just want to get it warm. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start our bread here. Little mayonnaise, I can see you've had some training. Mayonnaise. Sorry for the cheap film reference. And you really don't even need to spread the mayonnaise around on the bread if you just kind of use the circular motion and get it going. Oh, it's going to brown up nice. You can see some of these pieces. My wife had me cut off some of the flavor, fat off of hers. So 3 of these are standard, 3 of these are not. Okay, let's take a look at our, oh yeah, look at that. That looks perfect. Go ahead and move the bread off. Look at that. Dang. Gosh, I love it when a plan comes together. Move this off onto our plate. That looks good. Got our meat nice and warm. Now what we're going to do is I have about a half a jar here of drained sauerkraut. Just going to get this warm. We're not cooking anything. Man, I wish you could smell that. Holy moly. Look at that. And what I'm going to do here, instead of applying the homemade Thousand Island dressing that I have to the sandwich, I'm going to go ahead and mix it in with the sauerkraut. I don't know, that looks about the right amount. Oh yeah, kind of get those flavors to know each other. I don't know if I mentioned it, I did drain this sauerkraut. It's about a half a jar. I'm only making 2 sandwiches. Oh man, the smell on that. It's crazy. I'm telling you. Madness. It's madness. Perfect for St. Paddy's Day. I'm unfortunately not drinking a Guinness tonight. This is an Oregon IPA, I believe. Still works. Cooking fluid is important. Like I said, I'm not trying to cook this, just warming things up, letting the flavors get to know each other. And one of the things I'm going to use, I have some of this smoked cheese. I made this, I don't know, it's been a couple of months ago. Oops. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to put the recipe for how I did this up above, but if you've never smoked your own cheese before, what a difference it makes. And it is crazy how good it is. Pick your favorite cheese. I've never done Gouda because it's so dadgum expensive, but everybody tells me try Gouda. Okay, so that's looking good, nice and warm. I'm going to turn everything off. So now it's time to kind of separate these into 2 piles. One normal human size pile for camera girl, and one not so much for me. And outside, and put that down like so. I'm going to go ahead and get some meat on these. This is the one with no fat, flavor on it. And again, I just did this brisket a couple days ago. And I've had a couple of sandwiches already. This smells and tastes amazing. Move this over here real quick. Put this here. Let's get some smoked cheese. Got my Swiss going on. I sliced this a little bit thin, kind of help it melt. And looks like I'm going to have the right amount. Imagine that. Telling you. I pity the fool that doesn't have a Reuben. I'm going to go ahead, grab my lid. I'm going to give this just a little squirt of water around here. Create a little bit of steam. Let that set for a minute. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, cheese is starting to melt. I'm going to give it just a tiny bit more water for some steam. About another 30 seconds and we're done. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get these. Let these warm up just a little bit here. Okay, I think that's perfect. So now I'm going to take my homemade corned beef with my homemade smoked Swiss cheese. Turn this off. Add a little bit of sauerkraut and my, in theory, homemade Kraft Thousand Island dressing. Oh man, the smell is stupid. Sorry, you're not supposed to say stupid. I did it. Don't go light on the sauerkraut. You can always take some off if you don't like it. Gonna put it on like so. Get our tops on. Oh. Get these turned over. I almost forgot to add a little bit of deli horseradish sauce to one of these. I'm not sure which one. It could be mine. Regular horseradish or raw horseradish is best. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm one of the do's. Goodness gracious. So let's get these off. Turn this around a bit. I'm going to go ahead and see what we have on the inside here. Again, everything is, well, not everything. So there we have our brisket, our cheese, our horseradish sauce. Go ahead and get a little slice here on this one. Oops, get back in there. So I hope you can see this. We have our nice toasted bread. We have our sauerkraut. We have our homemade corned beef. We have our homemade smoked Swiss cheese. Perfectly crusted bread. Oh man. I'm telling you, this is so much better than anything I've had in a restaurant. Well, that's not true. I've had some pretty good Reubens in restaurants, but this is pretty darn close. It's delicious. I did it all myself. You can do it too. These Blackstones are amazingly easy to use. So there you go. There's my pitch for Blackstone. But thank you so much for watching. If you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.